and the new pattern of SNAP 2020 exam. So before we start, I request everyone to please mark your presence. Be quick, mark your presence, everyone. Okay, so let's start. So the agenda of the session is, first of all, we all ideally know when will exam be held, but still we will discuss the date. And what is the test structure of the SNAP exam? And the comparison of SNAP 2020 with 2019 and 2018. And what are the top colleges under SNAP exam? So first of all, we all must know that it is conducted by Symbiosis International University. So we call it as SIU. All institutes under SIU accept SNAP scores for their PG program admissions in management. So the key colleges are SIBM Pune, SIBM Bangalore, SCMHRD, SIIB, SITM, SIOM, SIMS, and many more. So the exam date is 20th December 2020. Today we are sitting on 3rd of December, and on 20th the exam will be held, which means in between 16 days are left. And they are very, very, very crucial days for our preparation. The SNAP test 2020 will be divided in 3 sections. First section will be reading comprehension, verbal reasoning, and verbal ability. In all, there will be 34 questions in it. Marks per correct answer will be 1.5. Special questions are 0. This is of 2019. This is not 2020, guys. This breakup is of 2019, right? So in 19 there were 34 questions and marks per correct answer was 1.5. Special questions were 0. Total questions of RC were 34, which gives us total marks of 51. In analytical and logical reasoning, there were 36 questions in all last year, wherein the total marks were 1.5. No special questions will be there. So total being 36, we were able to fetch 54 marks out of it. Quantitative, DI, and data sufficiency had 35 normal questions and 5 special questions. Normal questions carry 1 mark each, special questions carried 2 marks each. So these 40 questions were having a total of 45 total marks. The very same pattern again we can expect in SNAP 2021. Right, so this year again all the changes these people have brought in are majorly because of only COVID, right? And out of 150, someone scoring 100 marks, right, was at somewhere around 99.9 percentile. So please keep that in mind. If you are targeting 99.9 percentile, you were supposed to score 2/3 of the total marks. Now, going by the same logic, SNAP 2020 paper pattern has altogether changed now. In RC verbal reasoning, there are going to be 15 questions carrying 1 marks each, which gives us total questions to be 15 and total marks to be 15. When it comes to analytical and logical reasoning, there will be 25 questions in this section carrying 1 mark each. So the total number of questions are 25 and total marks are also 25. In quantitative, DI, and data sufficiency, total number of questions are 20. Each question is carrying 1 mark and total marks for this particular section is again going to be 20. Which means there are going to be a total of 60 questions now carrying a total of 60 marks only. So in order to score 99.99 percentile this time, as the exam duration is 1 hour only, please keep in mind as compared to 2 hour previous year, we just need to score 2/3 of 60. which means the target is going to be 40 marks overall, right? So this is the bare minimum each and every student must target. Now, we just need to understand how we can reach this 40 mark thing, because 40 marks are not a difficult task. Right, Anuj, right. So we will discuss about that also when it comes to form filling. We will discuss about that also. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Yes, Krishna, registration snap का बंद हो चुका है. Right now we are talking about what marks ideally we should get. All right, so the target is to get maximum marks in case of snap. So as I just said, there are 15. Right, right. So there are 15, 25 and 20 questions. So the total marks are 60 and the target is 40 questions now. All right. So in order to check, so the number of questions in RC has almost like less than half, two less than half. But in case of AR, the questions are not reduced to half. In case of quant, the questions are exactly half, right? And if we talk about the marks here, so here the marks, total marks are less than half. Here again, the total marks are less than half. Here the total marks are even less than one third. Please keep this ratio in mind. Total marks for this question are even less than one third. So we need to do some maths to reach the mark of 40 questions or 40 marks. So in the given time frame of 1 hour, please keep one thing in mind, that in quantitative section, you must solve at least 10 questions. You must solve at least 10 questions because we also need to focus on the cutoff of SIBM Pune. SIBM Pune, SCMHRD, also both these institutes keep sectional cutoff as well as overall cutoff. So we have to ensure that the cutoffs are taken care of, right? So out of these 25 questions, one must focus on solving at least 15 questions and at least 10 questions in verbal. So this should be the ideal breakup of reaching the mark of 35. Right? So this is something I will suggest everyone should target for next 16 days, at least 35 marks, at least 35 questions. At this score, your percentile is definitely going to be 99 plus. Please keep that in mind, right? Because at this particular time frame, it is very, very, very important for each one of us to understand that what should be the target for remaining 16 days, right? So please keep that in mind, that 35 will be the bare minimum target. So if you are targeting 99.9 plus percentile, in that case, you need to get 5 more questions correct. In verbal, it might be a bit difficult task because you are already done with majority of the paper. 66% of the paper is done. Remaining 5 questions should be extracted out of these two sections only, right? But if you are less confident on quant or reasoning, then only then you should try to extract 1 or 2 questions out of RC section. But 10 are more than sufficient. Try to get somewhere around 3 more questions out of reasoning and 2 more questions out of quant. So at 40 marks, job will be done. टाइम बहुत है यार. टाइम बहुत है. सो टाइम की फिक्र मत करो, टाइम बहुत है. सो 20th December, 6th January and 9th January, they are the 3 dates. Students who are appearing on 20th still have 16 days with them. Students who are appearing on 6th of January has around 32 days with them. Students appearing on 9th of January has around 35 days with them. So that time frame is more than sufficient, right? So if you were already preparing for like CAT exam or any other exam, so it is not going to be a difficult task. When it comes to a reading speed, see, in just 10-15 days, you cannot increase your reading as well as understanding speed. So these are two things we need to understand. It is not only and only about reading. It is also about keeping the given information in mind. Ashita, I'm coming to the same. Do not watch BYJU'S free lectures on RC or anything else, right? So जितना आता है वो भी नहीं आएगा एग्जाम में मार्क्स. गलती से भी मत करना सोलोनी. इफ यू आर वॉचिंग इट, इट्स अ वेरी बिग मिस्टेक. स्टॉप डूइंग इट इमीडिएटली. बहुत बढ़िया मुझे, बहुत बढ़िया. दिस इज द राइट थिंग सैयद. सो एट द एंड ऑफ द डे प्रैक्टिस तो खुद ही करना पड़ेगा. Ishita, again, when it comes to vocabulary, which date is your exam, Ishita? Which date is your exam and for how long you are preparing? These two things are very, very critical here. Yes, Vishal, I am coming to the same. Anuj, it's okay types, right? Not very great. You should focus on 40 marks first of all, right? पहले ये तो देखिए क्या 40 marks पे पहुंच पा रहे हैं, क्या 35 पे पहुंच पा रहे हैं, क्या 35 क्वेश्चंस हम लोग करेक्टली आंसर कर सकते हैं. रीजनिंग इज वेरी वेरी इजी. इन symbiosis reasoning is very easy as compared to cat. Reasoning stands nowhere, right? And that is something I think we all should do. इतनी देर से प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं तो ये तो होना भी चाहिए. हाँ, तो you guys have a lot of time, Ishita, in that case, right? If your is on 9th, so you have a lot of time. Saloni, it's been 16 years I am training students for CAT, right? And you go and check. Baiju used to claim 100 percentile, but when different companies uh, complained it to Society of Registrar, he take away all those false claims. All those were false claims. He never scored anything, right? He just built a company wherein he is selling or like making people fool around. Not even a single user I have ever come across is happy with BYJU'S products, right? So I know what is right, what is wrong. Do not waste your time. Uh, Propens, there are different ways of learning vocab words and you can retain them for longer time. All right, so there are different exercises that we do on visual vocabulary. Right, so visual vocabulary is the thing we need to do. All right, so we need to relate each and every information, each and every word with objects or the things we are doing on a regular basis. All right, so there are many ways of working on vocab words and you can retain them also on a longer duration. But right now, let's talk about Snap 2020. So now it's not tentative anymore. All right, so things have changed. So number of questions we just talk about are 60 and maximum marks are 60. So the biggest changes, there is no GK section. All right, so please keep that in mind. So that makes our job very, very, very easy now. So the number of students who appear for Snap are 75,000. As compared to CAT, it is very, very less. See, Ajita, the biggest thing is when a student come to me and says, that my quant is weak. Right, Rahul? So I am going to answer all those who are saying that their quant is weak. Please keep in mind the level of quant in any of the exam is very easy. But the biggest problem with teachers is that they teach at a level which is never required by any exam. So I always keep on suggesting students not to solve unnecessary, books from the market. Do not watch videos of any XYZ person who is, posting their videos with false claims. Do not watch those videos. कोई फायदा नहीं होता. I am a 100 percentiler in CAT. Every year I get 199.99, right, 99.98 kind of percentile, right? So फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता यार, पेपर डिफिकल्ट आता ही नहीं. I do not understand why students are solving books of Arun Sharma or books of Nishit Sinha or books of any other writer who never brought in any change as per the requirement of the paper. Those books were written years and years ago and they never brought in any change or they never upgraded their booklets. They are selling the very same stuff. And we being Indians, right, we are just in a habit of purchasing something जो बिक रहा है. राइट, सब बच्चे पढ़ रहे हैं, चलो मैं भी पढ़ लेता हूं, शायद बेनिफिट होगा. होता ही नहीं बेनिफिट, because those books are never meant for that particular, those exams. Likewise, a student is suggesting BYJU'S, right? BYJU'S करके क्या करोगे? कुछ भी नहीं होने वाला, खुद प्रैक्टिस नहीं करोगे तो. क्वांट बहुत इजी आता है. And I always tell my students, if I can score 100 percentile, believe me, everyone can. But problem is, कायदे से पढ़ो तो सही, क्यों unnecessary चीजें पढ़ते हो? When your target is exam like SNAP, my very first question will be, how many of you have solved previous year papers of SNAP? जल्दी से आंसर करो मेरे को. Be quick, tell me how many of you have in actual solved actual papers of SNAP, and how many of you ever thought of determining the difference between, right, we'll come to that, the number of marks you have to take, will come to that, right? And how many of you really compare your level of preparation against the level of the paper? क्यों unnecessary उन क्वेश्चंस को देख के डरना जो कभी एग्जाम में आएंगे ही नहीं? And when you say your quant is weak, in actual it is not weak at all. Just because you are solving wrong set of questions, there is a, right, good, it's good. Now tell me, if you have solved previous year papers, तो जो तुम लोग पढ़ रहे हो डिफरेंट बुक्स में से, और स्नैप का जो एक्चुअल एग्जाम लेवल है, क्या इजी लग रहा है? क्या स्नैप का पेपर डुएबल नहीं है? All my students who go to exam, they never say after coming out of exam that the paper was difficult. They never say this, because my focus is very, very clear from day one that guys, you have to keep one thing in mind, exam is not at all difficult. Gautam, even speed doesn't matter, right? If you know how to solve it, speed will be taken care of. Many students come to me and they ask how to improve on speed. Speed, I will say, is directly proportional to if you know or not. If you know it, your speed will increase. If you don't know it, right, your speed will obviously decrease. Now, when it comes to writing speed, so let's say if I have to write my name, I can be this slow. Or I can write my name like this also. Now, when it comes to writing speed, it is just a habit, right? Which is something we are doing for last so many years, right? So again, speed does not matter. Do not focus on these unnecessary things. You still can solve 35 to 40 questions in SNAP. Please keep that in mind. Solving previous year questions is very, very, very important. Right? मैं Gradeup पे I have solved all CAT questions, previous year paper questions. Now I am solving previous year paper questions of SNAP, of IAFT, of ZAT, just to give my students actual, feel of the paper. क्यों पढ़ते हो अननेसेसरी इधर उधर से, जब उसका रिक्वायरमेंट है ही नहीं, मत पढ़ो ना यार. Just focus on what will be there in the exam, and they never come up with something which is altogether out of the world, and you will not be in a position to solve 10 or 15 questions out of 20-25. It is never ever going to happen, never. Right? So if there are a couple of questions which were below the belt, doesn't make any difference, leave it. पूरा पेपर करने तो वैसे भी हम जा ही नहीं रहे ना यार. जब पूरा पेपर करना ऑब्जेक्टिव ही नहीं है, so if there are couple of questions which were altogether bouncers for me, leave them, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Right? So there are 16 institutions under SIU who accept SNAP score for admission. So please do not miss on them. So around 360 seats are there in top colleges, which includes SIBM Pune, SIBM Bangalore, SCM HRD, SIIB, SIMS. All these are good institutions. All right. So we have already talked about these things. So let's talk about the topics that are important for verbal ability. Verbal ability topics includes vocabulary, analogy, parajumbles, paracompletion, critical reasoning, statement assumption, reading comprehension, and grammar. Now guys, please keep in mind, vocab is just one part of the paper. It is not going to be like you will be getting all 15 questions based on vocabulary. So the breakup of 15, if we take it here in all these, there are going to be certain passages also. If you come across two passages of, let's say, 3 questions each, it will take away 6 questions straightways. Focus on these 6 questions. Right? Try to get all these 6 questions correct. Because if you have spent some time on reading RC passages, it will take your time away. So 1 hour is very critical. Out of 1 hour, the time to be given to RC section will be around 15 minutes. So if I just break down the time as per the number of questions to keep our targets easy, now we need to see if these 6 questions are to be done, what time I will take. Now this time is not going to be the same for each and every student. If you take 10 minutes to solve one RC, please do not solve RC. Right? So these 6 questions will be taken away. Attempt these in the end if you have around 5-6 minutes left. So you have to build your own strategy where to position RC, where to position parajumble, paracompletion, critical reasoning, statement assumption based question, right, or grammar based questions. So grammar based questions are single liners. While reading and solving, it will not take away much of your time. Statement assumption based questions will not take much of your time. Critical reasoning can take time, right? Para completion can take time, para jumbles can take time, because all these are going to be standalone questions. So depending on your strength areas, you have to break it up. So at this point in time, I cannot say which topics you should do first. Rahul, I am just talking about the institutions. So if you are appearing in next year, all right, then you can say. So top institutions are SIBM Pune, SCM HRD, SIIB, right? They all are top institutions. So logical reasoning, we all know it is going to be easy to moderate with couple of tricky questions. So logical and analytical reasoning will be very, very easy on you. All right. Now the most important part is quant and DI. All right. So last year the difficulty level was medium to high. This year it being only an R paper, it is going to be easy to moderate. Please keep that in mind. Your topics will remain the same, as there are 20 questions in all this year. So time and work, percentage, profit loss, basic equations, number system, clocks, geometry, algebra. Just choose your strength areas. They being all the topics, just choose your strength area. If there are couple of sets on DI with, let's say, 3 questions or 4 questions each, it will take away 6 to 8 questions, right? Depending on how calculative they are, how calculation intensive they are, you have to be very, very clear whether to choose, whether not to choose. Average time per question is around a minute, right? In each and every section. Right, Rahul. Good, good, good. So average time per question is around a minute. So you need to be very, very calculative while solving. उन्नति, तुमने कैट का स्नैप का फॉर्म नहीं भरा क्या? There are 3 dates of snap. One is 20th December, other is 6th January, third is 9th January. Right? Okay, so let me share the scorecard of BYJU'S. So he got 99.8 overall percentile at 96 marks. Right? So this is 2019 ka last year ka scorecard. So please keep one thing in mind. So at around 100 marks, you will be getting 99.9 percentile. So that is the benchmark we have to keep in our mind for giving snap test this year. So target is 35 to 40 marks in order to come in this band. Right? So I am now quite clear that you will look after it. So the cutoffs last year for SNAP SIBM Pune was 98.2 percentile, and for SCM HRD was 97.5 percentile. I hope you all are targeting top institutions. So this is the place where you have to land up. So the safety marks will be 35 plus. That will definitely land you above these two. Right, so please keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to how many mock tests we should give in these 16 days. So guys, as the target is 35 and students who are appearing on 20th, so 16 days are left. Those who are appearing on the 6th, another 16 days. Those who are appearing on 9th, another 3 days. So for these students, first of all, I will suggest you can give at least 7 to 8 mocks, right? बहुत time है. So these 7 to 8 mocks should be given with utmost sincerity. बिल्कुल टाइम पास करने वाला काम मत करना. कैट एग्जाम से पहले कुछ एक स्टूडेंट्स थोड़े से नॉन सीरियस होते हैं, बट पोस्ट कैट एग्जाम व्हेन दे रियलाइज दैट द पेपर इज इन एक्चुअल वेरी इजी and they missed out just because of they were not sincere. Right? When you appear in any mock test, please keep one thing in mind. Do it as if you are appearing in actual paper. Give your 100% to that particular mock. So the better scores in mock will be the biggest motivation for you to get good marks. All right? So those who are going to appear on 6th of January, so they can appear in at most 10 mock tests. They will be more than sufficient. And for 9th wale bhi, it will still remain the same. Going for more than 10 mocks will not make any difference. Right? So these are the maximum number of mocks one should appear in. If you go for around 4-5 mocks, still it will be done. बहुत है, 5-6 mocks बहुत ज़्यादा है. All right. So I would like to request each and every student, specifically on YouTube. So there is a message which is being pinned. All right. So it is our Telegram group, official Telegram group of Gradeup. Just click on the link and join the group so that Whatever discussions are going to take place, whatever extra sessions we are going to take, we can communicate to each one of you easily, right? Although each student must download the Gradeup app. So from there, you can attend a lot of free mini series. A lot of free mini series are available on Gradeup app along with YouTube, right? But if you will download the Telegram group, you will come to know about many more things wherein we can always help each other. It is a community, right? So all students will be helping each other, and we will also uh, pitch in whenever we feel like no one is able to answer your queries, or if any query we anyhow miss in this session, I would like to answer each and every query by you guys. So please join the Telegram group. All the students who have logged in through Gradeup app, please log in. Please log in Telegram also. Right. So I am sharing the group link in Gradeup also. All right. So please join Telegram group so that we all are on the same page. So I think the mock wala query is taken care of. Now, please keep in mind the fees of SIBM Pune is approximately 23 lakhs for 2 years, and number of seats are 180. All right. So this number is very critical for each and every student. All right. So if 75,000 students are going to appear, so 1% of this will be 750, right? Who will be competing for this? And if I take 2%, it comes out to be 1500. So they are the maximum number of students who will be competing for these 180 seats. Then next is SCM HRD, one of the best institution for HR, right? So the fees is approximately 23 lakhs, number of seats are 180. Please keep in mind that SCM HRD offers specialization in marketing, finance, and operations as well. Many students thinks that this institution is for HR only, which is not the case. Please keep that in mind. All right. So this institution provides master's courses for each and every program. Yes, Ashwarya, you have to pay college fees for all the institutions separately. So there is a provision. There is a provision. They must have mentioned the last date, right? So you just need to pay before that last date. So it is advisable to put few institutions on hold whose last date is after your SNAP exam or SNAP result date. All right, not all are before SNAP exam, but if there are any like SIBM Pune or SCM HRD, you have to pay for them. Eligibility, please keep in mind, many students keep on asking this. So marks is just a criteria, 50% marks and 45% for SC/ST. This is very important. A reservation for SC candidates is 15%. For ST candidates 7.5, for differently abled is 3%. I request each one of you to please go through it. So the level of cutoffs for all these is also low. And there is no reservation for OBC or economically weaker section. There is no. The shortlisting for the VAT, which is written ability test, GE, which is group exercise, and PI, which is personal interview. So it is done solely based on the basis of the SNAP score. So please keep in mind your SNAP score is very important for getting into any of the top institution. So when it comes to final selection, this is how your overall score will be calculated. SNAP score is given 50% of the weightage. Group exercise has 10% of the weightage. Personal interaction has 30% of the weightage. And VAT has 10% of the weightage. So these two play very critical role, right? So the better the score, the better chances will be of final selection, right? So the ongoing and upcoming courses, students who are also going to appear in that. So please start with this course of decision making. It is one of the most important part of your selection in that, right? It is one of the most important part. If you get shortlisted, decision making is going to be the one thing for which you have to be answerable, and you have to be logical with your approach. So for students attending YouTube or through Gradeup app, if any of you or any of your friend or colleague is interested in CAT 2021, so a comprehensive course we have just started, right? Taking admissions for batch 4, which is going to start on 15th November. So it's admissions we have just started taking it, right? So third batch started on 9th of November. So this is for fourth batch. So the date must be wrong. It is 15 December. All right. So batch 4 will start on 15th of December. So I know you all know the team members now, right? So we all know each one of us, right? So if you have any query at any point in time, you can always post. Anuj, if your quant is weak, I will suggest you just search my name on Gradeup. There are many a mini series by me, right, on let's say arithmetic, number system, algebra, right, geometry. There are many series which are available on the Gradeup app. Just search my name and you will get all. All right. I hope all these videos will definitely help you to bring you out of this particular dilemma that your quant is weak. All right. So whatever I think your doubts will be, all your doubts will be cleared by attending those videos. Along with that, yes, Rishabh, yes, you can always ask, and moreover, it will also help you to solve questions quickly, right? So objective is not to just look at it and have a feel good factor. Objective is that you should be in a position to solve also. So all these videos will definitely help you in solving, right? So yes, yes. No, no, no. I'm saying, see,
Yes.
Aishwarya, when it comes to institutions like SIBM or SEMHRD, so first of all, I will ask you what score you are expecting, right? In Snap, what score you are expecting? Do you think you can reach the mark of 35 plus? Tell me, Aishwarya, do you think you can reach the mark of 35 plus? What is the maximum you think you can get in Snap? Maybe. Just because of this maybe, I said fill कर दो. अगर स्कोर आ गया तो कॉल नहीं आएगी. अगर स्कोर नहीं आया तो भाई फिर तो कुछ कर ही नहीं सकते. सो इफ यू आर सेइंग इट कैन गो अप टू 30, तो फिर भर दो, रिस्क मत लो, राइट? अच्छे मार्क्स आने के बाद कॉलेज में नहीं मिला तो फिर तुम बोलोगे सर आपने बोला था कि रहने दो. So I know this happens. We have to play this, right? We just can't do anything. करना पड़ेगा ये 1000 तो उनको फी. Rishabh, it is very good score at 238 in NMAT. So see this year this year there is a wave. which I uh, do not accept. Right, so people are even saying 245 will be a safe score in NMAT. So one of my student got 240 and he is also asking कि उसको reattempt करना चाहिए कि नहीं. So this problem of reattempting the paper is not at all good. I never liked this exercise of reattempting the paper because 238 को कितना और खींच लोगे ऋषभ, कितना और खींच लोगे. आई विल से इट्स अ डिसेंट स्कोर. इस पे नारसी मौजी मुंबई तुम्हारा कन्वर्ट हो जाना चाहिए. बट स्टिल फॉर अ सेफर साइड गो फॉर वन मोर रीअटेम्प्ट. राइट, सो यू हैव टू स्पेंड अनदर 2200 bucks बट कुछ कर नहीं सकते. ठीक है, सो एट दिस पर्टिकुलर स्टेज ऑफ 238 बिकॉज 245 लोग बोल रहे हैं तो हम पंगा भी नहीं ले सकते ये सोच के कि रहने देते हैं. भर दो, एक बार और रीटेक कर लो. So guys, if anyone else has any query, please let me know. Aishwarya, I think your question is answered. Right? किसी और स्टूडेंट का अगर कुछ भी क्वेरी है किसी भी टॉपिक को लेके स्नैप के रिलेटेड, सो प्लीज लेट मी नो. Welcome. So I request again each and every student to please join the Telegram group so that all the communications are two-way, so you can discuss whatever you feel like in the group itself. All right, so many students has already joined out of this group. Good job. चलो ठीक है यार, फिर जो भी कुछ रह गया है we will continue on Telegram. You can always post your queries, right? Okay, then I shall take your leave. Thanks a lot everyone. All the very best for your exam. Do well. मेहनत कर लो. Last 15-16 days. Please keep practicing topic wise quizzes and please attend as many live classes as possible. Right? So if you need any help, please do let me know. So we are already conducting classes for Snap and NMAT. तो अगर आपको थोड़ा सा और पुश चाहिए तो Snap and NMAT की classes में आ जाओ. Right? So we are doing a lot of classes on Snap and specifically NMAT. Right? Thank you guys. Thank you.